The Israelis have mobilized a force that's larger than the United States Army, but they're facing a very different set of threats today, different technologies, different weapons. The region is not what it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. The region is armed to the teeth, and everyone in the region is watching the film footage coming out of Gaza, showing children that have been wounded, children that are being dug out from the rubble, watching the refugee flow. No one in the region is going to sit still and watch the Israelis pulverize Gaza and drive the population out into the desert. Right. It's not going to happen. So if it's not going to happen, we need to step up and stop it, because it's our obligation to save Israel from itself. Right now, they are on the path to suicide in that region. The Turks will come into this war, and the Turkish armies are large and powerful. They can field 2 million men in a month.
Whoa.
We're not even talking about Iran. Iran has already stood up militias all over Iraq, Syria, and in southern Lebanon. Those militias are deadly. We're talking about Hezbollah has 100,000 men. Hezbollah has at least 130,000 rockets, of which 40 to 50,000 are very precise and extremely lethal. The damage they can do is damage that will take decades to repair. We don't want it. And what they've all said is if the Israelis refrain from invading Gaza, quote unquote, to finish off Hamas, well, then they won't go to a war footing. We don't want a war, and we need to come to terms with the reality. Assigning the Israeli Defense Force the mission of cleaning out Gaza and finding all of the Hamas fighters is mission impossible. Dan, we couldn't do it very well. They can't do it either. It's best to negotiate an end to this thing, solve the problem. Military power is not the answer.